Today I will be teaching you the major scale on the left-handed guitar. Now, this chart may look very confusing, but it's really just the same pattern along one string. I was teaching you about latitudinal and longitudinal playing, longitudinal being along one string and latitudinal being on a series of strings. Now this pattern in front of you, it can be played on any string in the longitudinal fashion, either it be string 6, 5, 4, but you just got to follow this pattern, and this is the major scale. So we're going to start on fret 0. We're going to follow these arched numbers right here. So we're going to go from 0 to 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 12. Now remember, I told you that a lot of these scales, they're in 8 steps. You'll see 8 arches here. I can explain that later, the 8 intervals in a lot of scales, but mainly you want to get to where I told you, where you have the beginning and then you have the end. They're both the same note. It's just an octave higher, basically. And a little extra that I added on to this, I told you how there's 8 steps on the scales, 8 intervals. It's just like, see how it's open, the fret 0, that's the first note of the scale. There's a second note, a third note, a fourth note, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, like that, basically. That's just something extra. And what's really significant about the major scale, what gives it its kind of bright tone, is really its third note of the scale. So it would be 0 and 4. This is the note that gives it that bright sound. Since the third note gives it this bright sound, you also notice that there are shapes on the longitudinal scale. For example, I like to do them in 3s along the fretboard. Like, for example, imagine only these first 3 notes of the scale, like this. Imagine this isn't here on the left, only those 3. And then only imagine those 3 over here are there. And then imagine those next 3, which are right here. And then you got the next 3. And then the next 3. And then the next 3. And this is a lot of extra stuff that you may not understand yet, but I'm trying to give you a general idea how to delve into guitar a bit more. But now I'm going to play it into the key of E, this major scale, so you can get a good idea of what it sounds like. I'll be playing it over a metronome, so you can probably play along with it. So I'm at the piano, and don't really worry about the piano because, well, you're not learning piano. But now we're going to add our metronome, and this is what it would sound like if you played on string 6, which is E. I'm going to play it in half notes. That's about it. Hope I could help out.